Okay. Show me.
Hi there, welcome to the DutchRC channel again for another product presentation. This is, as you might be able to read, a Sakura D4. Now this is a general purpose box, I think, because it's for the all-wheel drive advanced chassis, but also for the rear-wheel drive advanced chassis. I ordered the all-wheel drive, so I do hope this box contains an all-wheel drive chassis. What is a Sakura D4? It is a drift car in kit form, so this box will, well, I'll show you in a minute of course, only contain the parts for the chassis. Yes, that's what the box says, doesn't it? This is a A-spec drift car chassis, in my opinion. Now let's see what is actually in this box. And you will see that it is a kit, so you'll have to build it yourself. Here is a little addendum to the manual, I think, and a revised part. I'm not sure why or what, but that's probably a revision to the original version. And then we are greeted by a manual, which is of course a build manual, in which you get taken through several steps, and I think you can see that it is highly detailed. There isn't a lot of text accompanying the pictures, but I think pictures are a lot clearer than a lot of wording. All the parts are mentioned and notated in Japanese or Chinese, I'm not sure, and English, and they are metric. All measurements are metrics as far as I can tell. Well, highly detailed. Building the kit from this manual should not be any problem at all. Yeah, oh, I now see that at least the manual is for a all-wheel drive version, so that's good. You'll actually even have to build the shocks, which is of course common for a kit like this. And you'll have to glue up the tires to the wheels. Okay, super clear. Now let's see how things are packaged in this kit. You get a lot of parts bags, as you can here see. All bags are labeled. I'm not sure if the build itself is from bag 1 to bag 9. I just don't know, I haven't looked into it. But let's actually see if the manual mentions the bag numbers. Ah yeah, over here. Bag 2, bag 1. Yes. So you can probably, while you're moving through the build, just pick the next bag and continue your build. Now, it's a bit hard to show you the parts as they are packaged right now, and I'll leave them in the bags for now. But yeah, here, for instance, in this bag you see some nicely colored aluminium. You see a bag of diff fluid, I think, over here. And here are parts of the shocks, and they come with a bottle of shock fluid as well. Very nice. Now this kit does not come with electronics of any kind, so you'll have to provide your own radio gear, your own motor, ESC and servo. Oh, and You'll also have to provide your own body shell. I already have a body shell for this car. But obviously I'll first set about building this car. Oh, and this is a nice funny. What is this? This is actually a build kit with a separate manual for a tool, a clamp. I think this clamp is to press ball links together. I'm not 100% sure, but it's funny / nice that you actually get tools with the kit, of course, but you also have to build them yourself. Very nice. I have never come across that. I like that a lot. Actually, let's just rip open this bag. This will probably be the first thing I'll be building. See, clamp handles and parts and more parts, some screws and a separate manual to put this clamp vice thing together. Yes, they are in this indeed. Oh, it's two tools actually, a wrench and a clamp, and some kind of, yeah, okay, don't know yet. It's yeah, it's several tools. Very nice. I love it. Cool. So what I will be doing right now is build this kit of camera. That'll probably take a few hours. Obviously I won't make you wait a few hours. Through the magic of YouTube we will now switch over to a built chassis. Here we go. And there you go, a finished D4 chassis, yes sir, with all electronics installed already as well. I've already tested the car a little bit and it seems to drive very nicely. So what was the build like? For me it was quite enjoyable, especially after building a lot of planes and quadcopters. It was nice to build a car kit again, and the quality, fit and finish of the parts were excellent. Really, I had no issues fitting any part of the car onto it at all, really. Let's see, yeah, it was a bit fiddly, of course, to get the tension of these belts, of the drive belts, correct. And I'm not super experienced with belt-driven cars, as a matter of fact. So this belt, I'm not sure if the tension is correct. It's not too tight and it's not too loose, I think. Yeah, the shock bodies, they are plastic. The end caps are aluminum though, and they are adjustable with a outer ring. That's all good. As you might notice, I have quite a large Lipo in the car at the moment. It is a 6000 milliampere. That's a bit on the big side. I would have liked to put a 4600 in it. The Lipo I wanted wasn't in stock though, so I'll first try the car with this 6000. And the holder, the Lipo holder bracket can be adjusted inwards for a shorter Lipo, so that's all good. Let's turn the car around for a minute. This is not really about the car, but about my build. I'm not too happy with this wire mesh over here. I'll probably shorten the wires on the ESCs a good 4 to 5 centimeters, so that will look a little cleaner. The signal wire from the ESC to the receiver, I might shorten that one as well by the same amount. But well, it'll work this way. Oh, and I have a Futaba receiver in it which has two antenna, and those don't fit into one antenna tube. Oh well, that's not super important, obviously. I do have a drift gyro in the box at the moment, by the way. I will first though try the car without one to see what I'm dealing with. And I already have a body, a new body for this car. Actually, let me show you that body, why not? Hold on. There is the body I'll be using on this drift car. Yes sir, it is a Mustang. One of the newer models. I'm not that familiar with all the models by Ford, but well, the real fans will probably tell me what model and year this Boss 302 is. It is matte white. That'll be hard to see in a video, of course. So it's painted on the outside. Yeah, the paint will probably chip after a while. Well, I can always get a new body after a while, of course. And it'll have lights in it. Let's see, am I in view? Yeah, I'm making the preparations for that. Transparent light bodies, masks, things, brackets, they are already in the car, and you might be able to see that I have masked the borders of them with aluminum tape, so the light won't bleed out at the edges. And at the front, mostly the same deal. The buckets are glued in with hot glue, but after I install the LEDs, if you prefer LED, after I install those, I will mask the entire bracket with Plastidip, so light won't bleed into the car either. I just don't like, for instance, light bleeding onto the wheels and stuff. That looks stupid. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's it. Let's switch back to the car. So, as I mentioned, I don't really want to poke the body post through that body. I just don't like the looks of that. So I'll probably chop off these body stands to the correct length, and if I ever run into another body for which I need longer stands, I'll just order some spares for that. Those shouldn't be very expensive. Oh, and this is really one of the best parts of the car, I think. These wheels, damn man, don't those look great? They are out of stock at the Sakura web shop, which is not surprising, I guess, because, well, they look stellar. I love them. Cool wheels. As soon as they come back into stock, I'll order a few sets up for spares. For now, of course, thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed yet, please do. Thank you very much. And obviously I will have driving/drifting videos with this car, and probably some of my friends as well in the near future. Hold on for those, and see you back in another video. Bye bye.